Hello everyone, I am Maurice Pipito and welcome to my plant journey. Throughout my plant journey, I applied an indirect and transplanting method. These undergo several steps. The first thing that I did was to clean the site for my plants to have a clean and decent place to grow. This land is owned by my lolo. I asked permission to plant here because our house doesn't have any space for planting and doesn't have a good weather location. I decided to plant in this area because I observed that the weather here is suitable and neutral. The place may look dirty, but trust me, it has a healthy soil which is perfect to use in planting. The next thing that I did was to make a seed box. I used woods to put in each side to form a square. Seed boxes are an important part of the seed sowing process. It serves as a storage for growing seeds till they are ready to be transplanted. After I made a seed box, I used a garden bar tool to plow the soil. Plowing helps the soil to become dense and soft, which makes it easier to plant. I use leftover seeds in our kitchen. I choose to plant a tomato and eggplant. I use knife to peel the eggplant for the seeds to come out. The same goes for tomato, but it's quite complicated. After I peel the tomato and its seeds come out, I place it in a flat container and put it in a hot place to make the seeds dry. After, I sow the seeds in the soil carefully and accordingly in a specific depth. The left side is the tomato and the right side is the eggplant. After I sow both seeds in the soil, I water the seeds gently. Lastly, I put a blanket to cover my seed box because it is a great technique to avoid heavy droplets of rain from entering down the seeds that can help prevent from destroying the seed condition. After 5 days, the eggplant seeds are starting to grow, but not the same as tomato. I still continue to water the seeds regularly and monitored its condition. After 11 days, I am so happy that the tomato and the eggplant seeds are starting to grow healthy. As you can see here, these are the tomato seedling located in the left side of a seed box. And at the other side, you can see the seedling from an eggplant. I still continue to water the seedling gently. After 26 days, the seedling are growing continuously. The tomato and eggplant are starting to develop big leaves and their stem became longer. I put some branches to serve as a protection mechanism for insects and for people who might accidentally fall and step on my plants. At this phase, the seedlings turn into a plant in which it is ready to be transplanted. Transplanting method is a technique of moving a plant from one location to another after the seedling attain more than 3 leaves. It helps the plant to give more space and time in growing and serve as its own permanent place to grow. The first step that I made was to prepare a container. I used recycle wheel to be the container of the eggplant. I used gardening bar tool to make a hole in each wheel. Next, I pulled the seedlings carefully without shaking off the media from the roots. I used garden bar tool to easily get the seedling and then I transfer it in its permanent container. Then, I plant the seedling immediately to prevent the roots from drying out. After, I gently press the soil around the roots. Lastly, I water the seedlings at the surface of the soil with a gentle stream of water to settle the soil around the roots. Repeat the same process. You can transfer seedlings as many as you want. After the transplanting of eggplant, these are the outcomes. I transferred 7 seedlings in total. On the other side, I repeat the same process in transplanting the tomato seedling. First, prepare the container and place for transfer. I use recyclable container again to make it useful. Second, pull the seedling out from the seed box. Third, plant the seedling immediately. Fourth, gently press the soil around the roots. And follow the same process again. Lastly, water the seedlings. These are the outcomes. I transplanted 6 tomato seedlings in total. After 1 month and 14 days, these are the outcome of the tomato and eggplant seedling. After 1 month and 20 days, these are the final outcome of my planting. I am happy because I watched how these plants grew up from the beginning. It brings me joy to see all of my hard work and patience paid off. It's really worth it. I am a little sad because it doesn't bear any fruit yet, but it's okay. I know that this is not the end of my plant journey. I will make sure to continue taking care of my plants until it bear fruits. I learned a lot from this journey and I realize how blessed we are to have farmers who work hard to provide us food to eat. That would be all, and thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something from my journey. I will leave you in this quotation: always do your best. What you plant now, you will harvest later.